let's get started. In accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act, PL 1975, Chapter 231, adequate notice of this regular meeting of the Planning Board of the Township of Franklin has been provided. If everyone would please stand for
to the flag of the United States of America, republic for which it stands, one nation, under
Councilman Chase,
Here.
Coral Hauk,
Here.
Mayor Rafiq,
Here.
Cecile McIver asked to be excused, Robert Mettler,
Yeah.
Mustafa Mansray,
Yeah.
Charles Brown,
Here.
Robert Thomas asked to be excused, as well as Jennifer Ragnall and Chairman Orsini.
here. All right, so regular meeting minutes of July 17th, 2019. Entertain a motion for those.
I would move approval of the minutes for July 17th.
Okay, thanks, Bob. I'll second.
Okay, Chairman Orsini,
Yes.
Coral Hauk,
Yes.
Mayor Rafiq,
Yes.
Robert Mettler,
Yes.
Godwin Amalola,
Yes.
and Chairman Orsini.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to have, excuse me, 4 resolutions tonight. One is going to be Shahada and Chen, that's in your packet. The other 3 were sent from Mark by email. We'll take the one in the packet first, Shahada and Chen, especially it's easy for me, it's the only one I can vote on. So entertain a motion for that resolution. I guess I'll move to approve that.
Second.
Okay, Councilman Chase,
Yes.
Coral Hauk,
Yes.
Mayor Rafiq,
Yes.
Robert Mettler,
Yes.
Mustafa Mansray,
Yes.
and Charles Brown,
Yes.
and Chairman Orsini.
Yes. So for these next 3, since they're not sitting in front of us, Christine, if you could just, when I read them off, just let us know who can vote on them.
I
all right?
shall.
Okay, so the first one is going to be Shri Waman Marinan Satang Mandal, anyways, otherwise known as PLN 19-00008.
Okay. The people who can vote, Coral Hauk, Godwin Amalola, Robert Thomas, Councilman Chase, and Mahir Rafiq. Do one of you guys want to first, second?
So moved.
Okay, so you're first, and Mr. Chase, you'd like to be second, okay? Coral Hauk,
Yes.
Godwin Amalola,
Yes.
Councilman Chase,
Yes.
and Mahir Rafiq.
Yes.
Okay, great. So the second one is Liggett and Gunn, PLN 19-00006.
Okay, the same people can vote. You want me to go through the list again?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Some short-term memory, hopefully.
Carl, Ted, you'd like to jump on that?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you, Godwin. Coral Hauk,
Yes.
Godwin Amalola,
Yes.
Councilman Chase,
Yes.
and Mahir Rafiq.
Yes.
Last but not least, Rutgers Prep, PLN 19-00002.
Same people.
So moved.
Second.
Coral Hauk,
Yes.
Godwin Amalola,
Yes.
Councilman Chase,
Yes.
and Mahir Rafiq.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Really thought we were hitting our stride by the 3rd resolution there. Discussion, amendment to planning board bylaws to add new sections regarding public discussion and public hearing guidelines. So this came as a suggestion from Ted. It doesn't really change the way we operate, but Ted, if you just want to give a brief, emphasis on brief, what you wanted to accomplish.
Well, this has to do with our Sustainable Jersey certification. They have an action on improvement of municipal participation of the public in planning and zoning. And one of the things that they ask for is that we have written and on the website rules for our public participation. and this really comes in two parts. The public session, where originally I just took the council rules and substituted chairman for mayor and application for ordinance, and then Mike had some further suggestions, so we that's that, and then Mark has written up one for the public participation when we have a hearing on something. I think perhaps the most, how shall I put it, interesting addition in response to Mike's saying, well, they shouldn't be able to speak on just anything, as I put in something about anything to do with planning board.
Yeah, that was the one suggestion, and the major suggestion that I had was, the original thing said, on any topic, so that seemed a little too broad, because, you know, you can get people up here that really.
Further down, it
really
says any topic, but
Yeah, and then
think we've,
I think the other thing that was just, you know, we just clarified that, you know, that would be, that part of the open public session would be one that didn't have a hearing of its own. So no difference than the way we operate. We're really just codifying this for sustainable New Jersey points, I guess. So, you know, I'm no issue with it.
Mr. Chairman, just one thing to add. I took the outline for the public discussion and public hearing and put it in the form of a resolution. Obviously, the text was provided to you earlier, and I just added some whereas clauses and a now therefore be it resolved. So it's ready if the board wishes to act on it.
Okay, thanks, Mark, and thanks, Ted. So, you just need a formal vote on this to, yeah, so I would move that we adopt this amendment to
second
our
it.
bylaws.
Councilman Chase,
yes.
Carl Hauck,
Yes.
Mahir Rafiq,
Yes.
Mustafa Menzreh,
Yes.
Charles Brown,
Yes.
Godwin Amalola, and Chairman Orsini.
Yes.
Don't I get to vote?
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Robert Mettler have to be on the table.
All right, excellent. So we have another discussion item, which is ordinance 4299-19, permitted uses within the Renaissance Commercial Zoning District. So turn that over to you, Mark.
Yep, so this is the formal referral from council. At a work session a month or two ago, if you recall, the planning board discussed the draft ordinance before it went up to council. The applicant was here explaining their proposal. The planning board had some comments on that draft. Specifically, if I recall correctly, you had some comments on language for the buffering. All of the comments that the planning board had were incorporated into that draft, which was introduced by the council. Again, under the municipal land use law, it has to come back to you before the public hearing for any comments that you may have on the ordinance. That's why it's before you, and this would be an action of the board, motion second, et cetera.
And this was in relation to the self-storage facility with the standalone to-be-determined use in front?
Yes.
Basically the Frank's Hardware site.
Yeah, and specifically what the ordinance would do would be to permit the self-storage use in that zone, subject to specific standards.
I see that you have fleshed out the design concept section, or somebody has.
Yes, as promised.
I don't know quite how one makes the self-storage facility blend into the neighborhood, but
That's for this board to judge when they come before you at site plan. And they presented very clear renderings and layouts of what they intend to do. So
Oh.
You'll get the official bite at the apple as far as the details of the site plan when they come forward.
Look forward to that. So, what do you need here? You need a motion to? Yeah. I move to approve this ordinance for permitted uses within the Renaissance Commercial Zoning District.
I second it.
Councilman Chase,
Yes?
Coral Hauck,
Yes.
Maher Rafiq, Robert Mettler,
Yes.
Mustafa Manzray,
Yes.
Charles Brown,
Yes.
Godwin Amalola,
Yes.
and Chairman Orsini.
Yes. So now we come to the public comment section. So this is the place where we open the meeting to the public for any planning comments that do not have a hearing of their own. So if you're here for Jennifer Norris and Steven Stankovich, that will have its own hearing. Otherwise, all is fair for any planning comment. So with that,
Seeing no one
no,
coming
we haven't
forward.
opened it yet. Just hold on a second. You want to?
Sure. Mr. Mayor, I would move that the
Have it
meeting be
open.
open to the public for general discussion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is open to the public for any planning matter.
Seeing no one coming forward, I would move that this public hearing be closed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so now we come to our hearing, PLN 19-00012, Jennifer Norris and Steven Stankovic.
And Mr. Chairman, I think it may help if I just give a brief summary of the application, because this is, I think, very straightforward. What I would suggest is that the board turn to page 4 of the TRC report, as it basically provides a before and after. So on the top, that shows the existing situation with the existing property lines outlined in red. So 39 Market is comprised of lots 1, 2, and 10. It's basically an L-shaped property with frontage on Market and going around the corner to Elm, and with some frontage on William Street. And then the second property is 44 William, and that's lot 9. That's about a 2,500 square foot piece of property. So that's the existing situation. This is a subdivision whereby a portion of 39 Market will be conveyed to 44 William. Then you see the lower picture is the after. So you see where the resulting lot 101 would have frontage on Market and Elm, and then proposed lot 9.01, which would be the, I guess, future 44 William Street, would be made larger. So it would go from about 2,500 square feet in size to about 6,900 square feet in size. So it would be made more conforming. The application is, again, it's for minor subdivision to allow that land transfer to occur. There are some, I'll call them technical variances that pop up. 39 Market, by virtue of the fact that 39 Market is being made smaller by this transfer, there are a few variances that result, one being for impervious coverage. I will, again, as indicated in the report, there is no development proposed, just the moving of the lot lines, and one lot being made smaller, one being made larger, again, result in some of these variances. So page 1 identifies the variances that result for 39 Market. And then 44 William, 44 William, again, is severely undersized currently, but even with this additional land, it's still undersized. It's going to be made better, be made more more close to conforming, but still short. So 44 William, as proposed, will need a lot area and a lot frontage variance. And then lastly, the report also identifies for both properties some existing nonconformities that aren't either being created or made worse by this application, but TRC recommends that if the board's inclined to approve it, to incorporate those existing conditions as variances in the resolution. That's basically the sum of the application. TRC has some technical recommendations should the board approve it.
Could I swear in the witnesses?
Sure.
Ma'am, sir, each of you raise your right hand, please. solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Name and address, ladies first.
You have to use the mic, though.
Hi. Uh, Name and address. Okay, Jennifer Norris, 51 Livingston Avenue, East Millstone, New Jersey.
Steve Stankovich, 51 Livingston Avenue, East Millstone, New Jersey.
You heard Mr. Healy's comprehensive statement of what your case is about. Do you agree with everything that he said?
Yes.
Yes.
Like the board to act on the subdivision?
Yes.
Yes, so we have some land.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll just say, I think, obviously, my opinion, this is clearly C2 variances. Definitely that it's being made more conforming, and certainly the goals of zoning are achieved.
I was going to add, Mr. Chairman, I agree with Mark for the new variances, it's a C2. I think the benefits to the municipality substantially outweigh any detriments. Hopefully, you'll be comfortable making that kind of a finding, and the benefit to us is to take a lot which is grossly undersized, it being only 25% of its lot area, and more than doubling it, and at the same time not creating a non-conforming lot for the one that's giving the land. In addition, with respect to the existing non-conforming conditions, I would think that the board could approve those on a C1 hardship basis. These are conditions that have existed on these properties most likely for decades, and I think the board, based upon its knowledge of local conditions and having inspected these properties, could easily come to the conclusion that there is a hardship and that these conditions have not had any negative impact upon any of the nearby property owners or ours.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
as somebody who's known these properties for too many years, a long, long time, this application makes a great deal of sense to me.
Thanks, Bob. Well, that's comforting to your familiarity with that area, amongst many others, actually, but that one. Any other comments from the board? Any questions for the witnesses, applicants?
I believe Mark has put it in perspective by saying that it doesn't have any public detriment for approval, so I'm okay with it.
Thanks. Okay, we will have to open to the public, even though there is no other really here, so I'll let Bob do the honors there.
I would move that the meeting be open to the public for a hearing on this application.
Well, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone want to come forward and speak?
Seeing,
I know you don't. Right?
seeing no one coming forward, I would move that the public hearing on this application be closed.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Hearing is closed, so with that, I'll entertain a motion.
I would move approval of the application.
Seconded,
Councilman Chase,
yes.
Carl Hauk,
Yes.
Mahir Rafiq,
Yes.
Robert Mettler,
Yes.
Mustafa Manzari,
Yes.
Charles Brown,
Yes.
Godwin Amalola,
Yes.
and Chairman Orsini.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
You
much,
now
everyone.
have some more land. Christine, our next meeting is in 2 weeks, I take it? Okay. That was pretty quick, despite the fact that, Christine went for at least 1 cup of coffee. I know there was. No. Okay, you went to the machine, didn't you? All right. All right.
The 18th, right?
Yes,
The-
yes.
All right. Motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chairman?
Yeah.
If I could bring up just one other,
Yes, by all means.
one other topic, which is the lot which is on the other side of the house that was part of this application, has begun construction. And there are 2 things. One, they were supposed to notify the township so that somebody would be there when the ground was dug into to see if there was anything of historical interest, this being part of the East Millstone Historic District. And I don't think that was done, because I went up the street and suddenly it was blocked off, and everything had already been dug up, and I think it's like a prefabricated sort of basement sort of thing that's there. And the other thing is, it has come to my attention that what we approved had the garage on one side of the house, and apparently the garage is going to be on the other side of the house. And so it's not exactly what we approved. So I wondered if the staff could look into all of this.
I don't have answers for you right now, but I'll look into it.
Thank you.
Bob, was that an application that we had heard, or was it just a construction?
No, it was an application we had heard, because it's a greatly undersized lot.
Okay.
I think it would have technically, I believe it would have gone before the zoning board.
But it did come before us for whatever reason, I don't know, I think.
I remember the application, but
Yeah.
Again, but I know the site, I know the application, so I'll look into it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks, Mark. And, yeah, if you can report your findings to Bob, and maybe next time, the board as well, because I'd be interested to know, but since you raised the question, for sure. If Mark gets back to you, you'll get back to us, so.
Yep, good.
All right, fantastic. Anything else from anybody before we close?
Yes.
Oh, what?
Since Minitrack is not up yet, I'm going to continue to send the emails to you guys with the agendas and most of the reports. That way you can familiarize yourselves with the reports before you get here, and then, not the plans though, but just the reports the way you did last time.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Sounds good, yeah,
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that.
That was really helpful.
That's
That was
why
just for you, Godwin.
Yeah.
That's why I was MIA in June, because I've totally forgot, and instead went to the happy hour that my department was holding, which was nice, but I totally forgot about the meeting. And
Yeah, I
then,
didn't tattletale on you. You're just
well,
throwing it out there. I didn't say a word.
I'm all for transparency, and no one could really blame me for going to a happy hour, so I think that's okay. But, and then August was just, it was a work issue. I couldn't get here. All right, so with that, motion to adjourn? Okay. All in favor? Aye. Have a good night.